Thank you very much, Bwana PS. I think, Madam Chair, I think I have more or less tackled all the questions that were raised. The only other addition I would like to add to what the PS said is that we have also proposed to the schools that each school identifies some 2 people, possibly teachers, who can also be schooled a little bit as community workers, so that they can be able to respond quickly to situations that arise in the school. Because you'll agree with me that given the number of schools that there are in the country, it is very, very difficult to have community health workers go to every school. But it is possible for us to train, particularly because it's online training, for us to train teachers in schools to be part of the response. But I think, Madam Chair, what is important here, and I think what we should learn going forward, is that it is good for us as a Kenyan community going forward to remember what is happening today and to keep in mind that these kind of situations will arise. And when they arise, let us have the structures in schools, the kind of structure that the PS has alluded to. Let that not be a COVID response structure. Instead, let it be a readiness structure for any eventuality that might come. Because it can be a landslide, it can be a fire, it can be anything else that comes. And that level of preparedness is, I think, an issue at community levels that we need to keep going forward. The other issue, Madam Chair, is to say this, is to say that to appeal through you and the committee, to appeal to the community also and to the parents to remember the following. Number one is that now the mask is part of the dress code. When you are buying school uniform, you buy a school uniform that has got shoes, socks, shorts, shirt, and a mask. That's the norm now, particularly the reusable one. And it applies not just to school children. It also applies to us, that going forward, in fact, when we go to buy shirts, we would like to see a shirt hung together with a mask, so that you remember clearly. When you are buying a shirt, buy a mask. So it is important for it to have the behavior, the change of behavior. It's a behavioral change that the community has to use. For those who can afford in the communities, again, it is good to engage. When you are living in a community, it is always good to engage. And I want to thank, through you again, Madam Chair, the institutions that have been extremely helpful. And talking about the fund, I would also like to appeal to the fund. Perhaps they can support the Ministry of Education for those children who cannot afford it. But for those people who can afford it, they should buy it, because now it is part, as I said, it is part of the dress code. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, CS and PS, for your